Hey, traders. Good to see y'all again. Where yesterday was good, but today was also good. What was good about yesterday? Breaking back above the inflection point from January of 2021. The nice engulfing candle. You then got 12 hours of just very light selling near the supply line of the channel you've been in pretty much since the 27th of December. And what happened today? You've now broken out of that. You broke a supply line. Very good. Step one. Now step two. Done. What's step three? I would think a markup to 47, 48K, or at least 45.7. This is just a reiteration of yesterday. All right, these are the steps to recovery if you want it. Always a chance you come and back test 42K as support once more. I mean, you can't rule that out, but the way the oscillators look on the 4 hour are really good. All right, where your positive momentum is building, you're now in the bullish control zone. Yesterday you were not, I don't believe. So now you're 62.6 and up 1,103. I'm sorry, 1,130-ish dollars. And you hit a high today on this 4 hour candle, 44,334. Nice, man. So we survived because we know what's below 40K, certain doom. But above it is just potential markup to the next level. It doesn't mean like the trend's majorly reversing right now. It just means one support held and you might run to the next resistance. That's it. It's not really crazy. Okay. Speaking of that daily, here it is, chat. Remember yesterday, that time when Bitcoin was showing that really well-developed bullish divergence on the MACD histogram, and we saw a confirmed daily bullish engulfing candle, and now we have immediate fall through price action, pretty much confirming that engulfing candle is not a joke. And that's what we're talking about. That's why, you know, I exist, to try to teach people about Japanese candlestick patterns, inflection points, exhaustion from sellers or buyers. All those things can help us gauge where the asset might be going next if it's showing us certain variables. Without those variables, though, we are blind. We have no idea. It's always a coin flip when you don't have variables, right? So type 1, maybe type 2. And let's see what kind of positive momentum we could come up with in the next few days. I think it's coming. I think it's like, it looks imminent. By the way, everything's set up to see positive momentum again, but no idea where it's going to take you. Unfortunately, it might definitely take you lower to a lower high than the previous high. I mean, think about the discernible swing high on the daily where traders just settled up as like $51,000. That is kind of the breaking point. If you want this trend to reverse, those levels have to be breached again. So that is, you understand how many percentage points this asset needs to appreciate? It's going to appreciate 15.76 to 18% before you can even start talking about a trend reversal. Yeah, because the most discernible event that has occurred on the daily is the lowest low of the correction that's been going on 2 months. But hey, you're finding a pivot potentially that could take you to 45 to 48K, and it wouldn't be weird at all. So that means you still have a good 5 to 8% upside on Bitcoin right now, and that's really good for altcoins because they'll be able to probably hit their take profits if Bitcoin goes up that much more, and it only just makes a lower high than previous high, and then continues downward after or not. Okay, so great news. And one thing I replotted today was just wanted to intrigue some people, which was that supply line that goes all the way back to the all-time high of 69,000 November 10th, and then November 15th, and then December 1st. If you don't adjust for the little fake out, as you can see, it's still well respected. Was supply line, then becomes demand line in late December 29th, right? And then again, you fall through it, but just get right back above it, and now you're starting to separate from it. So you just got to think, that's also a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Okay, so good things going on right now at a very, very critical level where major reversals have occurred before. Could happen again. Oh, that's hot coffee, man. Holy crap. So step 3, yeah, 47K, pretty much. I mean, to go test the swing low from April, the swing high from August 2021, September 2021, that is the next step, to go test that and this time break it. What's up, Mobus? Thanks for the 20. Yeah, we'll look at Dropbox for sure. But first, we must look at, we must go across the markets. So thank you, dude. You will be first on the list when we get there. All right, let's go to Ethereum. Good old Ethereum, man. Come on, outperforming Bitcoin. But where did it decide to pivot and majorly react? Could someone tell me how incredible traditional technical analysis is? I just, you know, it's just how many times do things have to occur before you start becoming a believer in it? Because it's not about certainties, but my God. It's not, like, right? I mean, RSI divergence, inflection point, confluent with the pattern completion zone. And you rallied. But clearly, you can see there's still a lot of work to be done. Too much work to be done on Ethereum. They could have just type 1, you know, reacted. Remember that price we were talking about yesterday, 33.50 is there. You're kind of like right at that high from August 23rd. Once you break that, 36.60, and then 39.50 after that. But then you got like a supply line. Looks like this is the channel, the downtrend you're in. So, I mean, you really got to break above like 38.73, then 41.40 after that if you want a true major reversal here. So what happened also yesterday on Ethereum, just like Bitcoin, you had the bullish engulfing candle. The bullish engulfing candle getting follow through, which is always good. That confirms the validity of the engulfing candle. Though, yes, it is an engulfing candle, but the next day you could completely bearishly engulf it and invalidate it, then it was a joke. When you get price action like this after an engulfing candle, I think it should increase confidence to believe it's very real. It's not a joke. So that's where I'm at on it. Still below the 200-day simple moving average. The oscillators got destroyed when Bitcoin dumped. I think this one it had to get destroyed if you wanted to see the pattern completion zone of the bullish bat pattern, and it happened. And you just went to the 4-hour to see that beautiful RSI divergence. Second time oversold. This one's up 3.8%. Was up over 4% earlier today, near 5. But yeah, as you can clearly see, a lot of work to be done because you can clearly see peaks on the daily, and you got to break those and hold above them, and then eventually make a higher low and then run again. So remember, at this level of inflection, you had become the most oversold since the COVID crash. So rally ensuing at a very critical level where reversals can occur, and it has started anyway. That's it. That's your Ethereum. If you want,
I like turtles.
let me just look at totals real quick, and tested that 200-day simple moving average today. The Class C bullish divergence, right, where you stagnate in momentum, same levels on the histogram on a lower low on price. And again, yeah, 2.2 to 2.3 trillion. You're just in between these two major levels right now. And just as easily as you could see 1.7, you could also see 2.2, 2.3. That's it, right? Downtrend, clearly, until I think the big level here for I think you need to break this high from September of 2021 Clearly, and I just say that because it is the previous high before you in the downtrend. You break that, you recapture prices above that, the trend could be reversing back to the long-term uptrend versus the mid-term downtrend. Okay, so that's your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we can go to Binance Coin. That, could you believe it? After yesterday's bullish engulfing candle was confirmed, you've caught immediate follow through off that engulfing candle at the 430 level. 430 is not a joke. It is a low from April 2021, June of 2021.
MATIC USD, winking face.
A high from September, high from October, and now a low from January 2022. Matt, thank you. Yes, we'll look at MATIC. We will look. All right, so this is some good news. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, you weren't really showing that divergence. I mean, it was almost Class C divergence, like total, but a slightly higher level. So it's just more so convergence. I don't know. You were so close, man. And this, we said, this thing will pivot here. Bitcoin rallies. It has. Bitcoin pivoted and is starting to rally. So is BNB. And BNB's first test is going to be $500 to 510. Right? That level is going to be tested as resistance. No idea if you're going to break it. Market participants probably, when they test it, aren't even going to know if it's going to break. There's going to be enough demand. It will probably be dictated by Bitcoin price action. So I think this will probably see 500 way before Bitcoin sees 47K. Just because it's a massive outperformer of Bitcoin. It's a massive, it's not a math, it is a true outperformer of Ethereum and Bitcoin. All you have to do is look at Ethereum's chart from its previous low from September to its highest high, which was all-time highs on this chart and that one. Ethereum lost 88% of its value, whereas Binance Coin only lost about 74 to 75% of its value. So those are things to pay attention to. It is outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum now. Okay, so just great asset, and made a deep retrace, but not like the deepest of deep like Bitcoin, Ethereum. 886 is 70 whatever I just said. So yep, in a downtrend, I mean, you're gonna have to recapture 564. That's a discernible high on the daily that you need to break and then hold above if you want that trend to reverse. But look, it's seeming like more like a wedge is, that argument for a wedge is getting stronger. You can't really anchor up here on the top one. You can clearly see where all that selling came in. You just try to angle like this. It fell out, but has like just whipsawed right back into it. And you could be looking at some, downsloping price contraction, which is inherently good. So supply line is going to be lined up with the inflection point of 500, 510. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So up 8% today. Just remember, we were here yesterday talking about it wasn't as good as Bitcoin. It was not engulfing, but it was holding that 200-day simple moving average. It was at those extremely critical areas where there is nothing but a void below you. And pivoting, catching some follow through off what you could say is maybe a bullish harami. And at this level, what was going on was also identified some more seller exhaustion, a low than the lower low, lower levels of negative momentum. So this could usher in a rally that could continue to 170, which is a peak from September 18th and a high from October. That would probably be where you're headed, because you're trying to break above the December 14th low, which is great. And we talked about could be type 1, type 2 off the reciprocal ABCD. And that could usher in what? I mean, it really could. If Bitcoin's really going to rally here, think about this. This is a great example of a potential dragon of some sort. But you got that 786 potential bearish cipher, 234. And then if you talk about the shark, this could go all the way to 247. So all depends on if this level holds. If Bitcoin holds, this will hold too. It will not fall below 120, 125. if Bitcoin's pivoting here for real. All right, and why this will go on a really nice rally probably and begin its next wave. It's going to be a larger wave based on what we know about the X, the A, the B, the C, and the D. Nice. All right, let's go to Cardano. Remember that time someone told me that bullish engulfing candle was fake and wasn't real on Cardano literally yesterday? Got in an argument about it. Chat, come on, man. Like, really? Can someone try to tell me again that it wasn't a real engulfing candle and I was wrong about it, about identifying a Japanese candlestick reversal structure? That's it. I'm not saying I'm right about it reversing here. I'm talking about it being real because it did cover the previous candle completely. And look at the immediate fall through price action after that engulfing candle was confirmed at the levels that it tested. Holy crap, the context was beautiful for it too. Brennan J, you in here, dude? He's not phased. Anyway, dude, like, this is what we're talking about. Like, hey, engulfing candle at the pattern completion zone, type 2 return. This could be it, man. It's up 10% today, man. 10%. Bullish divergence, RSI, really, really strong. I mean, that was there, but really making a statement today. When we talking about yesterday, what were these candles all across this market? They were statement candles. So probably going to 145, 148 if this is real. Eventually, maybe pull back tomorrow or something like that. But this could take you to 145, 148. But you very well on the second low could be seeing 185, 188, maybe even $2, right? It's true, right? Yep. So, kind of get what's going on here, man, or woman. Why is 145, 148 the next target? Look left, man. What's historical price action after you hold 107? You go to 145, 148. Sometimes you break it, but most of the time you go up, test it, and fail. So, but I would think, based on context of the harmonic, the 200-day large structure, type 1, type 2, we know that this could usher in something far more significant than just a test of 145. I would say 188, eventually maybe 230. I mean, that's what happens. Okay, full reset and beyond. Very nice on Cardano. Can't say you haven't been warned about this stuff. This is like why you watch a stream, right? I mean, these things. All right. Let's shift it like we do. S&P 500, pretty flat today. Great news, though, I mean, about what happened actually today. Big news where the S&P 500 technically gapped up, filled that gap intraday, and really closed near its open. But look left. That old all-time high from November 5th, that 47.17 area, was breached and back tested successfully as support before close, and the continuation of that maturation of hidden bullish divergence on the daily is very real. 4 hours, same thing on the 4 hour. Beautiful.
Kane, we look at $RUNE on the HTF. It looks to have bottomed out for now, maybe.
What's up, Loster, dude? Thanks for the 20. Yeah, we'll look at RUNE. Sure, dude. Did y'all notice the chain link emoji ball is not pixelated now? Thanks, Chayla. We got that. Take care. Great news on the 4 hour. Look at this. I mean, daily, yeah, it did back test successfully, but if you go to the 4 hour, you can see there were 2 candles that successfully back tested that old all-time high from November. 2. So that's really, really good. Then you go to the 60-minute, then you had about 4 different tests, which is good, right? So you have a continuation implied, not just on the 4 hour, but also the daily, and a successful back test of what was once resistance is support. Those are really good signs. Those are not bearish signs. Those are bullish signs. Despite what happens, those are very bullish things. Okay, great news in the S&P. Dow Jones Industrial, man. Where is it? Wrong chart, I think. Yep. Or not? Oh, there we go. Weird. So remember, after the bullish hammer, back test of its own old all-time high from August, engulfing candle yesterday, and indecision today, still fine, still in great shape. Think the rally would continue. You'll probably end up seeing $38,100+ just to complete the pattern of the very, very strong wave structure, the W, the deep retrace on B, the higher low on C. Amen. That's it. It's up 0.11%, so not much going on, right? There you go. The Nasdaq. Nasdaq gapped up today. Still closed higher than yesterday.
$22.22. Ben has been goofing around at the PCZ for a while. Almost time.
I mean, it's an S coin, dude. You know, I mean, you'd think in any other world, sure, it'd be time. But I mean, like, you're talking about assets that look like Chainlink, and Chainlink isn't really messing around, or wasn't at those levels, the same levels of Band, same levels as XLM and VeChain, and a few more. And they didn't really catch the bids like Link did. So you would think TA's respected, sure, but if no one buys it, no one's going to buy it, man.
Patreon in February. Big shout out to Brad, Julia, and all the Patreon kings. Knock.
What's up, Noel, man? Thanks, dude, for the €5 super chat. Yeah, man, you're missing a good month. See, that's the problem. People get off sync, right? It's like they almost like they join the Patreon high, and then they leave when it's low, and then they miss all the amazing opportunity trade setups. It's like it never changes. It's like a cycle. It's like something we always witness. That's like why joining annually is the best way to do it, because you can just hop in and hop out, you know. And like, hey man, Bitcoin crypto's low again. Hey, probably gonna be some good opportunities, trade setups being posted this month, right? I mean, so yeah, you'll join in February when quite possibly reversal's already occurred, and all the low risk, high reward opportunities have begun to play out by 50+% from the entry. And you'll just be, of course, it'll be just like it's happened a million times, you know. So anyway, Nasdaq, nice divergence, close to it anyway. Tested that 200-day simple moving average, the old all-time highs. It's just going to follow and track the S&P and Dow Jones, which are their trajectory looks like they're going up next. So this would probably be going up next. Yep. Nice fake out for a third time. Okay. Definitely starting to build maybe a range too. The Russell 2000, man, which still thinking maybe you've got this going on, but it's already starting to get a little weird.
All the good lessons.
Not really. It's fine until it falls below 2137. Sub Atlas, dude. Yeah, we'll look at Amisago. Yeah, we'll do that today for patrons. Just waiting on the, yeah, if I start talking now, it's gonna get interrupted. So I'm just gonna wait a second. So everyone just deep breaths. There we go.
Can you look at sell? Looks like a type 2 return.
We can look at sell. Yeah, for sure, dude. Let's see here. This will be pretty easy. Let's do it like this. Okay. Just changed some settings real quick. Or a setting. So, right, I mean, like, the idea is good where you're making a higher low and there's hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Haven't really caught much follow through besides the bullish Harami, but as long as it makes a higher low than 2140, when it does decide to pivot, this is still going to be a valid idea of potential inverse head and shoulders. And I mean, first target obviously be 2278. So So we good, man. We good. Okay, moving on to the next market, which you should know about, is called gold, man. And gold is just floating on up like Modest Mouse. 1833 upon you after holding the inflection zone from 2011, 2012, still rolling. It's starting to get a little sketchy though. It's looking like some hidden bearish divergence is developing on gold on the 4 hour anyway, so there could be a pullback before hopefully what'll happen, even if that plays out, it pulls back, makes a higher low. That all it has to do is make a higher low than 1787, and then it'll be fine, and then it'll pivot and it'll rally and go again, and this could be it, you know, for gold, where it just eventually breaks 1830 and then runs to 1900 plus. So just know that maybe a little pullback could be coming for gold if it's gonna respect that potential hidden bearish divergence after a really nice little rally. Yeah. Old gold has been having a great time reaccumulating for too long, 84 years, not really. Reaccumulation became kind of apparent, I think, on the second low, September 29th. You didn't even know it was reaccumulating on the 9th because it's like it rallied and started selling off again, and it's like you don't know. And then it held the same level and then rallied, now making higher lows and even more higher lows locally. So just could keep rolling. The RSI, or sorry, the daily oscillators look completely fine for more upside. Just the 4 hours kind of maybe a little tired, minor pullback, and then goes. Think about it. You were sitting at 58.7. You're almost in the bullish control zone. Positive momentum building. Yeah, this could take you to much higher levels. Just think about maybe, just maybe here. Open-minded, all right? I'm just screwing around, spitballing on gold. Something like this.
AMC daily double bottom on support area with
62.
mature bullish divergence.
1618 up here. That would be like a Gartley at first, right? Gosh, dude, don't give me. So first target obviously going to be 1850 because that is bearish Gartley textbook, right? 618 on B and 786 on D, higher low on C. But if say it's busted and fails, then you'd be looking for a 1618, which is the crab pattern, which would take you all the way to major inflection point from November and December of 2020. And that would be probably the level. That'd probably be the target eventually, okay? Because you're uptrending now, you're reaccumulating. James B, what's up, dude? Thank you, man. Sorry, I didn't see that. Oh, AMC double bottom. Well, we can look at it. Thanks. Silver. You know about silver. Come on, man. It's time. It's breaching resistance on the higher low. This is it, dude. This is it. Most likely. Silver breaking the level, and high probability at this point you're going to $25. Come on, chat. It's beautiful. It's like legendary. This is NFT level setup here. Like where when it plays out, it's just going to get NFT. There's going to be nebula, space nebula behind all this. And it's just going to be like, you're just going to see all this and then the follow through and then it actually playing out. Okay. And then that's going to be the NFT. And hopefully, because of this stream, you were cognizant and aware of what was developing on silver at the bottom of a range it had been in for over a year. That's why you'd buy the NFT, because it's like, hey, I made profit on that. Thanks, Ray. Or thanks, traditional technical analysis. Don't thank me. Thank the people that put their life's work into researching all these things going on. I'm just a mere disciple and friend of the game. Let's see. Let's go to US oil. Hey, chat, we gotta have some Jesus chimes for US oil. You know why, right? The pattern completion zone has been achieved. Yeah, 3-bar play, 2-bar play. This is it, man. I mean, it did it, right? I mean, like, it has hit the... This has been here for a while, man. I mean, like, you're talking, we're breaking the supply line. This Harmonic's still here. It's now there. This is where you say, based on the daily oscillators, nothing's implying at all that buyers are exhausted. You got that, right? So that doesn't mean at this level it has to reverse, because there's no argument helping you determine that it's going to reverse. You'd want to see massive amounts of buyer exhaustion on a daily time scale at this level. If you thought, hey, it's actionable for a short, it wouldn't even be actionable anyway, because it's just finally achieved it and is a type 1, potential type 1 return. So remember, you're not looking to short assets in massively undeniable bullish trends. You're just understanding that this is where some people could take some profit for a very mild to shallow pullback retrace before pivoting above $78, $30, $75 and then running to, you know, multi-year highs, which it is getting closer and closer to that. So very nice. It's the dragon, and dragon's working on the tail. It looks like it's set up to be an amazing looking dragon. Right? I mean, I'm talking legendary dragon, like, right? It's the dragon. Very good. Energy stocks did very well today too. Well, pretty well. Not as good as yesterday. How do you, in energy or oil, how do you one up yesterday? You can't. Oil, what you cooking? Yeah, US dollar's tanking. Brad, I mean, just as early as yesterday, posted in the Patreon chat about the little descending triangle, just the consolidation structure that has a higher probability of breaking down than up. Sometimes they break up, but it broke down. It was near that apex anyway. So let's go to that real quick before we even shift to requests. Which there aren't even many requests, dude. I mean, come on, give me a break. So there it is. Dang, it was so close. I mean, it's not over. You understand the trend is still bullish, right? I mean, it's not bearish. So this is what Brad had. Okay. Pretty, you know, I mean, I think something like that. To me, it wasn't really like that steep. I don't even know. He had it kind of like that. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even near the apex. Never mind. It was just kind of reminding me of, I don't know. So it's just pulling back now. It'll probably make a higher low than October 27th's low. Pivot and maybe run again. It just got tired. Nearing that measured move of the massive double bottom. Near that inflection point from the 2015 and 2003 and 1999 and 1994. Wow. Never even tested it, did it? It got so freaking close, man, but just not enough demand before it started selling off. So that's it. That's your US dollar. And that is definitely could have had something to do with, what is it, bonds, bond yields, and crypto today. Okay, anyway. If I zoom out, how is it a harmonic? It's maybe a harmonic in development, but not a harmonic that is at its pattern completion zone. So, yeah. Hey, what was the first request of the day? Oh, it was a stock. Oh, Dropbox, man. DBX. And to me, it's like, look at the classic distribution. You know, like, I don't see anything that's really that amazing. Maybe it's diverging here. But look at the classic distribution that was going on up here. First time in August, you don't know. Second time, you're confirming the top cent on the 3rd. Then you dump. And then you rally. And then when you rallied, you just matched the same little high you had September 24th, which is more distribution. And then look at the markdown afterwards. Please pay attention to consecutive lower highs after a really nice rally. And this is what can happen, right? Since that peak, really since the confirmation high, you know, it lost 30+% in 125 days. Yikes. So, you know, someone's requesting this now because they're like, hey, I see one bottom and maybe a second bottom with some divergence developing on the second low. Okay, well, it's not really, I get that it's pivoting because it's just catching some bids with the macro, but wouldn't you want to wait until like $22, $21? Like, that's the level of inflection that actually makes sense. We were monitoring this on the way up. Nice little dragon here, and didn't really turn into, I mean, the mini dragon actually played out. I think this was a 4-hour trade setup right there, wasn't it? It was. Dropbox. Oops. Duplication here. Yeah, we could find that. The dragon, and then the dump, but then the major double bottom, and then the rally, the big rally. So to me, looks like it's kind of just range bound between 23.60 and 25.30. It fell below it and then rallied. It's just back in the middle of that range. After an impulse down like that, I don't really feel that comfortable with it right now. I think it'd be better opportunity at $21 to $22. It'd be so much easier to strategize an entry down there than where it is right now. Okay, so that's just me. Okay, yep. No man's land, middle of two major levels. You know, like, I'm sure that you could look back and say, hey, there are pivot points. There are times in history where it has reversed here. But, I mean, I like not having to ask questions or think about things because it's so natural and looks so perfectly set up for higher prices, right? Like, would I rather do Dropbox or would I rather do something like, does anyone remember this one that was requested in this chat? And then it was posted as a trade setup like 3 days ago. Uno, no questions to ask. Absolutely no question that it is a low risk, high reward opportunity setup. And yeah, it was up like 29% earlier. And it has hit what? A major level of inflection. And that's exactly where it's begun to pull back. But way off that entry. Way off the entry. And if this plays out, it breaks 40 cents eventually and runs to quite possibly 90 cents. Hold on. Dude, I guess the siren's just stuck in traffic. I don't know. Boom. Good lord, man. This is crazy. Yeah, I know. I'm not... This is not like to say this is a great asset because it is so stupidly illiquid. I'd never even heard of Uno until, but like we knew the trend, it was uptrending. It did full reset in that uptrend and confirmed its bottom. Now this, and then look at the daily. Look at the daily on Uno, chat. This is what you're playing, right? You got the classic bullish divergence on the both oscillators. I mean that's just like, you don't have to ask questions. Because you know everything's lining up the way you want it to be. This is the way you play the market. Versus going to Dropbox, you might be getting played by the market because you have to ask questions like, where is it? It's not really at that big inflection point, and it did just show all this distribution. It's making a lower low than its previous low and lower highs. I don't know. This is not making lower lows, lower highs. This is making higher lows and then confirming that the bottom's in on that deep 886, right? Sellers are exhausted. That is implied. There's no question. So call me when this breaks for real above 40 cents and moon, even though it has mooned marginally since then, okay? Of course. Sorry. Jesus Christ, man. MATIC, outperformer, uptrend. When bullish reversal patterns present themselves, they have oftentimes been reliable. And look at the outperformance. When it confirms its bottom again in November, great rally, outperforms. When the bearish pattern, massive bearish pattern presented itself, it reacted and reversed. But on the reversal high, it only sold off to make another higher low and held above the inflection point from 160 to 170. And then a little inverse head and shoulders develops and it outperforms. But then what's amazing is it actually head and shouldered. We identified that and it played out. And when it played out, what happened? Another bullish structure developed. Type 1 return, type 2, and has begun its ascent again. All right, and so now it's just testing this old high from May 2021 as resistance. Just looks like it might be starting to flag, and eventually, if this is going to continue the way it has, it's going to eventually go test 291 and beyond, because it's MATIC and it's outperformer, and it continuously outperforms everything, or at least Bitcoin, Ethereum, the macro, and that's what's important. That's your metric. Okay, that's the benchmark. It's outperforming the benchmark, which is Bitcoin. Nice. Very, very good. Could continue upwards sooner rather than later. Yep. Okay. Next request was RUNE to the US dollar. Very good. This is an actionable territory. It's up 13.5%. See, what is going on, dude? I mean, come on, Loster. Why are you requesting this asset when it's up 13.6%? Versus yesterday, you could have requested this asset and it's not up 13%, but it's like right at 620 and is getting back above the major level of inflection. And then we can be like, hey, great opportunity on RUNE. And now it's like, it's kind of a little obscene to be like, oh, time to go long when it's already up 13% on the day. It has a lot more upside, potentially, for sure. But dang, dude, I mean, I'm just saying, right? This is your first day back above the major level. And the upside could be really good. So congrats on you maybe being in it because you're requesting it and it's up 13.5%. That's what I would assume. Doesn't mean you're looking for an opportunity so much because you're already in it. But like, look, this is it. I mean, the upside, right? What happens? Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. It could very well go straight up again. And the target's probably going to be 1130. Eventually, it's going to go up and down. It's going to test 930, pull back some. But if this is real and the divergence, oh my goodness. See, it's like, yeah, you could have requested this yesterday. We'd have loved it yesterday, man. Give me a break. Disappointing. because now, like, we didn't get the jump on it. The jump has happened. You have divergence on both oscillators at this inflection point that you're now above again, and you're confirming the bottom's in. So if the TA is respected in time, this. You got it? That's it. I wonder if there's a supply line that's been broken too. Yeah, it's like you are breaking the supply line too. Look, one high, a second high, a third high, a fake out, and now a real breakout on Rune. It's beautiful, but I wouldn't say too little too late because the upside's still tremendous. But dang, man, you could have requested it yesterday and it'd have been better, because then it'd been like, we know without a doubt we could probably take action on this. But yeah, today it had to breach through it, and it's just doing it really well. So maybe we get a blessed back test of the level just to confirm its support before going higher. All right, market participants love back testing springs. It is springing right now. Maybe back test that spring on a higher low, and then it goes. All right, there you go, dudes. That's Rune. We cool? Dang, man, really nice though. Like stupidly good. Like stupidly good. Okay, band, yes, band's great, but yeah, I know it's like it's gonna catch the bids, man.
Can we check Dago used? Cream up 30%, just saying.
Dago mustache. What's up, egg dude? Thanks for 20. I just think about an egg with a Dago mustache. Thank you, dude.
Renback/USD on the daily. Bouncing nicely off 800 mega amperes. Price targets? Thanks, clinking beer mugs.
We can look at it. Thank you, Mark Daniel, man. Ren Connect, yeah. So yeah, band is presenting a wonderful opportunity, but it's got to catch the bids. Maybe it's type 2 returning now.
Out? Thanks, Mitch.
Some Nero, thanks, dude. Thank you, dude. Yeah, if the TA is respected, then band does this. Or at least goes to 745 again to fail like a loser.
Ponyboy tipped $22.22. Hey Mitch, could you check out CFT/USDT on KuCoin? At an inflection point and showing bullish divergence on the daily MACD and RSI. Spring/backtest of spring occurring? Thanks, man.
That thing sounds supercharged. Yeah, we'll look at it. Thank you, Ponyboy. Nobody called Michael Scott Ponyboy because his ponytail got caught in a something. I don't remember the Office reference joke, but yeah, they called him Ponyboy. And oh yeah, by the way, sorry. Thanks so much to Brad S, Geo R, Matt D. It's Matt Donaldson. He's in the chat, so he's not like getting doxxed, and his name is that in Patreon. And then Beach Jedi, thank each and every one of you for joining the Patreon in the past 24-hour period. I really, really appreciate it. Please be sure to sync with the Patreon, the Discord. There's value on both right now because we're in this weird little limbo with a bug. Thank y'all. All right, so yeah, if the TA is respected, 745 next, 762 next. This could be the bottom's in, right? I mean, yep. This is where major, massive, ridiculous, unbelievable reversals occur. The beginning of them anyway, right? Yes. So that's all I can tell you about band. I don't know though, right? It's like you got this, and then you can just go to XLM Or all these others, they're doing the same thing. They're just like, they're failing to launch. They're trying, they're just not. And then you go to Chainlink, and Chainlink's like well off the entry. Like people actually buying this one, owning this one. I think this one's going $35, $36 eventually. Easy. Easy. So I'm not here to be able to tell you if the market participants are actually going to buy the beautiful opportunity and trade setup, potential trade setup at the lowest risk areas you could ever ask for, reversal areas. But all I can do is point out the opportunity. That's all I can do. This was pointed out just like Band, just like XLM, that XLM's catching some bids. It might be 1 and 2. This could be the reversal low. And eventual target's like 41 cents on XLM. Minimum. But based on the context of where this harmonic is and everything before it, this wouldn't just go to 41 cents. This would eventually go to like 60 cents and 70 cents and complete that massive sized W pattern. It's all about the wave analysis. Talking about stuff like this, man. All right? That's where this would take you eventually. Just, yeah, it's not like chain. It's underperforming Chainlink, but it's probably right in line with Band. Seems like the same market participants, you know? Anyway, moving on. OMG, that is absolutely incredible right now. I mean, bruh. All right, we are talking about. Sorry, readjusting that. We're talking about the identical harmonic structure. Just about. I mean, B's different, but it's the same pattern. It is a bullish shark at its pattern completion zone with a type 2 return, just like we saw in mid-July of last year. Type 1, we don't know. Type 2, you should know. This is it. Like, this is the area that is actionable. The seller exhaustion is implied on the RSI and technically the MACD histogram, where you're showing positive momentum again already after almost no negative Momo. No Mo, negative Momo. Yeah. So I would think this eventually is going to see $8. If it ever can break $8, you can clearly see what happens historically when it breaks $8. It goes to berserk levels, doubles plus in value. That's it. You're at a major reversal area right now that is at very low risk. Yeah, it's up 10% today, but okay. This was identified back in December. Yeah, for the type 1 anyway, and we got the type 2. And this is like, finally, we're getting what we want, man. The market, we're playing the market when we take longs on type 2 returns on structures like this. Just think about it. This pattern been in development technically 202 days. Not a joke. How large was the other one? How long did it take for the December 23rd to July 20th? That took 209 days. Are you telling me these are almost the exact same size in time? History could certainly repeat itself. Okay, just letting you know, that's a request too. So there you go. Actionable areas, but yeah, you missed the jump. Today was a jump. And there it is, chat. A new day has been born. So that daily engulfing candle across this market pretty much caught that really strong confirmation with a higher close than the engulfing candles close yesterday. Very nice. So really, it's like, look on this. Oh my god! Oh god! That means we just go back to Bitcoin for a minute. And here it is.
Are we cool, Maestro? Love it. Can you please check PLA? Nice bullish divergence on the bro.
Thank you, dude. So we need more Jesus chimes because what? For the first time since the 3rd, we are showing positive momentum again. And if this is playing out, chat, the positive momentum will be probably like this. Or higher. I'm just saying, it's probably not the only one. You're going to keep getting positive momentum. It's going to keep building. And it's happening after triple bullish divergence on the MACD histogram on the daily. That's very, very good sign. So, if you're enjoying the fact that we are now showing positive momentum again on a significant time scale, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for everyone being tuned in. It could be potentially very exciting times in crypto. Thanks for the 1,000 people here. Just about 404 likes. Shoot, dude. Not even at 420 likes. Really, dude?
Is that a join?
Now we are. Now we've exceeded 420, and now we're sitting closer to 450 likes. See how much power y'all have? All y'all gotta do is just hit that button, man, together. And we get 1,000 likes a day, really. So, this asset is at a major potential reversal area. MACD is implying that we would probably see 48K again. And that doesn't mean that the trend has reversed bullishly. It doesn't. Because you have to capture prices above 52, 53K, I think, if you want a bull trend argument to be really confirmed. But yeah, nice start. Yesterday was a nice start. Ethereum not showing positive momentum yet, but in the next, either today or tomorrow, if there's any favorable price action, you're going to get that positive momentum soon. And it's only going to happen at the most amazing area you could ever dream of. Makes too much sense. TA respected. It's the dream, dude. Okay, that was just your logo on the 8s, man. We go back to it for a second. Now let's go back to these requests. Interesting. I mean, pretty interesting anyway. So this is CELR. That is range bound, stuck between 5.9 cents and looking like 8.7 cents. So this is the area looking left. A daily candle high close from April 15th of last year. You did just close back above it. Very good. At the same time, there could be an argument made. It's not really a nice harmonic of any sort. It did not go even close to the deep retrace that we look for on, like we found on Bitcoin and Ethereum. This one's way more shallow, which could be a good thing in the end. Like if things start turning around for Bitcoin and Ethereum, then this is not going down. This could be a massive outperformer. So I think if it can hold above 7 cents, 7.4 cents long enough, it could be confirming that the bottom's in. Look, it's pretty much like Class B bullish divergence. And it's showing positive momentum again. Just like Bitcoin is now, right? There it is. It's beginning. Someone cue up the Michael Scott gif. Oh my God, it's happening. So, very nice variables on CELR at this point, and I think 9.2 cents would be your next target probably. Why? It's the candle high close from March 27th of last year, and clearly you can see correlation on the 27th of December, and if you ever broke that, that would be the neckline of the potential double bottom in development. If you ever broke that, measure move, probably going to take you up to 12 cents and change. This is this candle high close, the wick high from September of 2021. I think that would be your target if this actually is confirming that the bottom is in. After a really nice retrace, just not the deepest of deep retraces that we always covet, right? We like the 786, but we love the 886, man. 886 is the freaking Jesus number, okay? I gotta say this, man. Okay, so like, I like crossing my leg, you know, when I'm streaming. Like right now, my like right leg is like crossed over my left next to the keyboard and stuff. I hate this desk in certain ways because when my leg shifts or moves any, it sounds like I'm farting. And I don't know if you can hear it because noise canceling could be a good mic, but like it's probably not working. I don't know. Obviously, it's not going to work when I'm actually bringing it up to y'all. But it's just something like insurance, me telling y'all, because it's going to happen one day where y'all going to hear it, music's going to stop, and it's just going to sound like a fart. And like, I didn't fart, dude. I've never farted on stream, never will. And it's just like... Anyway, these pants aren't good for it, I guess. But just know, okay? Let's move on. Nice stuff on CELR. It could be amazing if Bitcoin is really pivoting here, okay? Just hitting $44,000 again. Well, I'm a little, I don't know yet. You know, it's, man, you're right. It is setting up pretty well right here on AMC. We'll see. It's pretty real. Look, May of 2014 and October 2014, double bottomed right there, and then a big rally. And then you sold off to it, fell below it, and then whipsawed and sprung right back above it. It is a pretty real level. Like you tested it twice now. You've tested the high from 2018 twice, not once but twice, and you do have that butterfly. That anywhere between the 1272 and the 1618. Okay, a 1348. That's fine.
I am use that one next time I rip one in the internet cafe. Thanks.
I'm just preemptively doing it because it's such a problem, like every day I do it, that eventually someone's going to hear it. And I'm just telling you, I'm just front running this issue that I keep having to endure daily. All right. So that's all it is. So here's your daily. It is in the pattern completion zone of the bullish butterfly, undeniably, and on the second potential low that I don't know if it's really catch some follow through. Let's get some bids here, and then you could say yes, with certainty, classic bullish divergence or convergence because it's actually a higher or lower trader settled up the candle close. But my God, you get it kind of right, confirming the bottoms in, and it's not in the middle of nowhere. It's actually contextually in a really good spot, confirming the bottoms in from that peak from September of 2018. And my God, May 2014, October 2014. That's it, man. So this could very well have a very, very nice reversal here that could take you to a minimum of $35, $36. That is definitely a good possibility here. All right, so pay attention to AMC. It's doing some really nice stuff. It's trying to confirm its bottom. Good request, James B. Yes. Yeah, really. Start talking about farts, and then chat gets as lit as any normal stream with someone not talking about traditional technical analysis and making money. What happens? I don't get it. If we ever talk about politics, farts, anything that's not TA, people just start losing their minds and start typing. And it's like just lots and lots of chat activity above average because I talked about farting today. I should talk about farting once a day just to get chat hype, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Next request is BTBT Bit Digital Miscellaneous Commercial Services. Yeah, look at chat right now. Unbelievable. This is how hype chat gets when Bitcoin starts mooning like up 7% on a daily candle or something. This is how fast chat goes.
Fartust Analysis PLS.
What's up, Matt? Yeah, dude, really, seriously. I'm sure there probably is something. It's probably just not on Coinbase. It's probably just on whatever. PooCoin. Of course it. I guarantee you, right? Someone just Google this or look it up for me. On PooCoin, which is where the Binance Smart Chain trash coins are, there's probably something called fart to US dollar. Yeah, probably. Or fart to the wrapped ether pair. Sure. Okay, so this is something we can look at in a couple different ways. I see the big M, but it's definitely not a Gartley. It's definitely not a bat. I can't tell you it's a formal harmonic from 21st of July is the X point, but I can tell you that you've made a 90% plus retrace from that previous low to high.
TA is above our understanding. Farts we can relate to. Hence the lit chat.
Is that it, dude? Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully, I mean, me streaming for 4 years, chat would actually, it would not be over one's head about this stuff I'm talking about. I've only been talking about it for 4 years. With an emphasis on education and empowering you. Did someone look that up just to make sure? Hey, Christopher D, thank you so much for joining the Patreon, my man. 2 minutes ago. Please be sure to see me on the Patreon and Discord. You gotta do that for all the value. All the Patreon. Thanks, dude. There he is. Christopher D himself's in the chat. Let's go, bud. So you could say there's sharks here, probably some sort of mini shark. You're not off base by lower risk areas, but I don't know. The oscillators are quite there yet where I want to see it. It's okay, but I think the best level for this one's gonna be 445 again. That's the inflection point from 2018, 2019, right? 2020. And then 2021. So why not 2022 one more time? Right? It's almost like a Haley's comment, but for 450. I get you, man. I get why you'd request it, but it's not a formal harmonic because B went extremely way too far down, too deep. So I can't even attest to that. But I mean, maybe like 4 hour or something. Maybe 4 hour could be like a shark argument. I think it's too deep though. I think it went to the 1272, and it's a little too perfect on A and C. Yeah, see, like 113 is the PCZ of a shark, and if it's anything, yeah, the nice divergence on the 4 hour on the oscillators. I mean, definitely, but you know, it's like type 1 return. It hasn't.
Bullish divergence on fart. Could you fart on 4 hours in daily, please?
Yeah, dude, let me just cross my leg up here. So, thank you, dude. But everyone kind of get this right here. There's a gap to fill too at 420. Right there from July 23rd. That gap is not filled. You're this close. You might as well fill the gap, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a shark, but it's not an actionable shark because it's only the type 1 return. So you could rally and then sell off and then confirm the bottoms, and then the type 2 would be better. But yeah, there could be a short-term relief rally just based on the way the oscillators look on the 4 hour. That's it. That's your BT. Moving on. Repeating, of course. Thank you, Knockman. Fartley on the 4 hour. Yeah, the Fartley. Remember they called it the Fartley in 2019, and we never heard from them ever again because it went from 3150, 3343 all the way to 14K off that Fartley. Yep. No doubt, man. Okay, here's your Dago mustache. Yeah, it's finally at levels of inflection. It did it, man. It did it. A second low, a lower low. Yep, these were, yeah, dude. Dago, like many other things, showing a lot of signals, or a signal that it could be bottoming out here. Yeah, 100%. Right. So what? The low, the lowest low, or the lower low, and then the almost inexistent negative momentum, and now the positive momentum is beginning to build again. I mean, that's really, really good looking divergence. It's not just about the divergence, it's where the divergence is developed. At that first low ever made, May 23rd, it was an all-time low at one time. And then after that, price correlated clearly in June and then again in July, right? It's manufactured, and then price will correlate to those levels pretty much forever if it ever goes to test again. And so you're back at that level finally. It only took like 7 months, 8 months. So it is not unreasonable to believe that Dago could reverse right here based on sellers' exhaustion. And the target would probably, make sure this is adjusted for the daily, right there, May 28th, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. It didn't go straight down here, but it went straight down here to eventually test the bottom. And if this is where it's reversing, I think 836 is your target on Dago. Would feel a lot better to see a higher low eventually come in, and that could happen after rallying, selling off, and then making the higher low, inverse head and shoulders. Something could happen, but this is a lot of times how reversals begin. Yep, right now. If it ever breaks 836, it could be very well going up to,
Hi Mitch PLS,
shoot, dudes,
check
$13.83 to $15. No real harmonic here that I'm seeing. I mean, maybe a whacked out psycho looking shark that actually hit the PCZ. Just eyeballing it, right? I'm saying whacked out, cracked out shark here. No, too psychotic, way too deep there. But look at that. I mean, maybe too deep on C, but look at the 113 on D. The literal max threshold of the shark. And it just so happens to line up with the candle low close from May 22nd. Dago, man. Dago. Not bad. Argument. It's all about the argument. The argument's decent here. Dang, man. 618 likes. Yeah, dude. The likes mooned after I started talking about farting. It's insane. Let's see here. Let me check my notes. Well, I checked my notes, and it seems that RUNE is near that pattern completion zone of the bullish shark. Oh my God, it's bullish shark season everywhere. Not everywhere, but in lots of places. And at the same time as it's hitting near that pattern completion zone, sellers are implying they are exhausted, not just on the MACD histogram, but also the RSI. And I'm talking the RSI divergence is unbelievably strong. You have triple divergence on the RSI. Tail end MACD divergence issue, not contextually at the best spot, right? As you know, there's inflection points between 56 and 65 cents. Sub 83rd, things 22. So I mean, like, great harmonic. If you go by the book, you go by Scott Carney's book, it's amazing in every way. Could be a type 2 return. Maybe it might just only be a type 1 return too. What makes it not as powerful as maybe what we saw on like Bitcoin and Ethereum is the pattern completion zone happens to be confluent with a critical inflection point where historically the asset reverses majorly. So that's the only thing about RUNE that's not that amazing, because it's like, look what it just did. It just rallied and failed to breach these levels. It's really like, right, not even that one. It's really just 56 cents. Maybe you could just add 56 to 59 cents right there, that zone. Okay, but nevertheless, a low, a higher low, and maybe again another higher low. RUNE looks like it's, based on the daily oscillators, looks like it's coiling and getting ready to do something like this. So if TA is respected, RUNE could moon. If it ever breaks 59 cents, bye. Bye-bye. See you at 130. $1.30, man. Then maybe $1.75 after that. That's great M shape. Beautiful M shape. Is that true? Brad, I know you timed that or you hit that message, but if that's real, dude, that's insane, right? Or typical. Dang, you kidding me? Hey, chat, we got to get some hype in here. You know why? Because Jose S just joined for the year, the annual Patreon. My man. Thanks so much, dude. He was already patron, but now he's converted to annual. He's taken the black because in Discord your name changes to black when you go annual. So
hype in the chat.
Boom. Let's go, Ren. Let's do it. We'll see what happens, man. The oscillator's implying major reversal coming soonish. But it didn't quite touch that 886. The 886 is 39.1 cents. It's never tested that. So there's good setups and then there's incredible setups. This is just a good potential setup. It's not incredible. Anyway. Oh, man. Roll Tide, Jose. My man. Or are you... I don't know if you're the same, Jose. Alright. Exact same looks we're seeing on the MACD histogram as we're seeing on Bitcoin, right? The slightly lower levels negative. So bullish divergence. And you're at a very critical inflection point. I mean, we're talking you go all the way back to the daily. Candle high close. January of 2018. This asset was at 88 cents plus. Okay, traders settled up at their highest point ever then. And then years go by. And then an access support, March 2021, April 2021, then a resistance, May 2021, a resistance, September 2021, and then again, support November, support in December, potential support again in January of 2022. Can't say this is a formal harmonic by any means, but if you can stay above 88 cents, I have no idea why it couldn't go back up to 139. That would be your target, is 139 if it holds 88 cents. And that's your cutoff. Like, you want nothing to do with basic attention token below 88 cents, I don't think, really. I mean, that's kind of it. But as you can see, since July, you bottomed out, confirming the uptrend, and then a higher low, and then more higher lows for now. And this is just the level. I don't know if it's going to hold, but if it does, you're in really good shape. You're still above the 200-day simple moving average. Can't say that about Bitcoin and Ethereum. So basic attention tokens fine at these levels and could be in store for a rally that could take it to where it is now. It still has 24% upside if it's going to run to the top. Clearly that inflection point, 139. Okay. Centrifuge. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting, man. My first time here. Okay, so here are your levels. Your big ones. You have just exceeded a 100% retrace. Certainly some sort of potential shark. Different ways to anchor Fibonacci, all right? From the very, very bottom right there to the top. 88% retrace on the dot, okay? So we know value perceived areas from where it opened in July of last year at this 88% retrace on the daily. Sellers are exhausted, not just on the relative strength index, but also the MACD histogram. As you can see, a low on price, then the lower low on price with literally like inexistent levels of negative momentum. So add an 886 when you show divergence. That's a very strong combination. At the same time, you are back above 88.6 cents, which can be confusing because it just made an 88.6% retrace. So if you stay above 88.6%, you could, I mean, there could be a massive markup. I mean, you could go to 158 or at least 133, the August highs.
USD projection, thanks.
What's up, Satoshi Morpheus? Whoa. Satoshi Morpheus. Sounds like Dumbledore Calrissian. Thank you, dude. So we could have ourselves a little shark from September's X point. Do we have 113 in there? Nah, not quite. 113 is down at like 67 cents. So there's no like confirmation low, unfortunately, like we're seeing across the markets. It's not as good, but right, it doesn't have literally everything we want, but it has some things. Some argument is there for potential major reversal here. But again, you normally want a second low at these levels, not a one low. You only have one low. But if 88.6 cents holds, there could be a massive upside on this, you know? Yeah, so CFG is not too bad. It's just not literally the best. Just like the one we just looked at, RUNE. It's good, great stuff for a lot of reasons, but not the best. Doesn't have literally everything we want. Okay.
QNT/USD.
Yep. Look at that, Mark. Thanks, man. Okay. Next request on the list was... Oh, that was hilarious, man. That's hilarious. I haven't been here in so long. Last time we were on PLA, I guess we had a Gartley identified, and it was like up next, and it went up, man. It went to 350 from that Gartley. Where it was so good. Dang, man. Need to start adding all these to the watch list, because I'll plot them, we'll look at them, and then I move on with my day, because they're just so... There's like an unlimited amount of S coins, dude. Unlimited. Alright, so was in a lot of trouble, man. Tons of trouble on PLA, but look what it's done. It's trying to, on the second low, and yes, tons of divergence there on the 4 hour. Got back above 119, which I think's real. I mean, August of 2021 and August 17th, 2021, that was plotted here. You know, look, it was a swing low as well from November of 2021. Look, December 2021. So, I mean, like, if you're above that, you could be in really good shape. If you stay above that level long enough, I think you'll probably run to 138, 145. How much value did it lose? Like 86%, 87% of its value. So, I mean, you're starting to get down to those value perceived areas. Yes, I omit scams like that, scam wicks. Doesn't make any sense. So it's just like, yeah, near that 886, but to me, it's all about 19 cents. About, sorry, $1.17 to $1.19, clearly a range or zone of inflection. Okay, if it stays above this long enough, it goes to 138, 145 next. If it doesn't, then it falls right back below it and could see 90 cents again. Okay, that's PLA. Maybe you requested it for a harmonic reason, but if it's a harmonic, then it's not even close to its pattern completion zone. X, A, B, C, D is like 80 cents and stuff. So I wonder what that is. It a 1272? Not even a 1272. Dang, man. So I don't see an M shape there. Man, it's okay, dude. I think there are better ones, and all I can do is tell you about the levels. If there's not a trade setup opportunity, I'll just tell you about the critical inflection points. That's it, dude. Next one was that MVIS. Oh, good God, man. I mean, I get you, dude. I've been here too. I have memory of this place. Micro Vision Incorporated, composite operator between 2012 and 2020, freaking 8 years, did nothing and then mooned. And now it's gone through a correction since it topped out, buying climax April of last year. and then confirmed the top was in. The correction was to begin in June of 2021. And look at it now. Yeah, it's lost like 88% of its, or 78% of its value. It's probably lower to go. I wouldn't touch this right now. There's no reason to touch this right now. 886 is upon you. 352. Wait for 352. Okay, wait to test 352 and then give me a confirmation low, right? None of the oscillators look incredible. I mean, I get the MACD is pretty good there for a potential reversal, but it could just be a much lower high, then dump again. Again, like, you need confirmation. When we look for divergence at pattern completion zones, we're trying to see if the second low can give us a continuation of the divergence versus, well, it's just like literally catching a falling knife right now because there's been new Japanese candlestick argument for a reversal. There's just one, it's not even bottomed out yet. It just hit its lowest low today or yesterday. So it's just, there's no action to take on it, but maybe at 352, it reacts, and then eventually in 3 weeks from now, it then shows a second low there. And then we can take action, but nothing to do when it looks like this. Maybe put on your watch list, but whatever, dude. Next request was BBIG that has returned. It lost now officially 100% of its value from August of last year to now, but is up 23% only after testing a major level, and could be in store for $4. $4 could be next. I don't know. I mean, there's a high at 318. You test 318, maybe you fail, but yeah, in the end, right, a low and then the lowest low, and what could have been identified here? I mean, maybe bullish hammer right there on a set one time, two times, but really, man, I don't know. You can clearly see what happens when you hit critical levels again and you're exhausted on the oscillators. It's up 23% today, down 2.43% after hours. No tell on here, but yeah, that was a level, and it bounced off of it clearly. And I guess if it can breach above 320, then $4, top of the range, maybe. There you go, BBIG. That's kind of it. Oof. Dash, it's like okay, but I'm really not even that excited about it. Okay, Dash is like trying desperately for 5 weeks now, desperately trying to get back above 142. Oh my god, you know, that level back from 2017, 2018, it is notoriously a level where massive reversals occur, whether it's up or down, both. Okay, look, broke it and then back, tested it as support, then mooned, right? Tested it, rallied, downtrend, then eventually tested again and just broke through it like nothing. So if it can hold that, you might be in good shape. But it's hard to say. I think it's too deep on B if you wanted to say X, A, B, C, D, right? It's like 70+% retrace on B, potential B. It's 78, 77% retrace, too deep. Way too deep to say it's a formal harmonic, you know, looking similar-ish to like VeChain and XLM and all of them. Either way, from that low to the high, it is at the 88% retrace. So there could be value perceived areas, sure. And if you can stay above 142 long enough, I think 176, 181 would be your next target. But with Dash, sure, dude. I mean, it's like lows, higher lows, then higher lows again, then a slightly higher low that's deep, and maybe it holds, and then it could continue on. You go to the weekly maybe on this. What's up, Echo? Thanks, man. Weekly is kind of weird.
Keep on teaching.
Maybe some hidden bullish divergence there on the RSI, on the weekly. Could be one low, maybe a second low, confirmation low, but you get how important this area is. Hopefully it can hold. But yeah, lots of distributions been happening from one high to the next high. I think there are better assets out there than Dash, but it doesn't mean Dash can't continue to accumulate and eventually pivot and rally like a lot of other things. So, thank you, Echo Leaf.
Is that a joint?
Never been here before. Pretty interesting chart though. But still not above levels it needs to be above. Nope. You go back to history in 2017, wicks and candle closes creates the zone, and after that's created, everything correlates to it in the future. And as you can see in 2018, resistance, resistance, upthrusted, resistance. Until you break 33.8 cents, it's tough. But yeah, you can clearly see undeniable levels of accumulation from March 2020 COVID crash, October 2020, June 2021, and you're still making higher lows than those lows. But at an actionable area for a long, harder to say, right? Because it's like maybe the bottom of the range or zone or whatever, it's going to be 7.6 to 12 cents, and you're at 18 cents. So it's like most recent event is you just failed to break out. So maybe if you can just make another higher low, all will work out. I'm sure there's probably a demand line or something. Yeah, look at this demand line. That means you could fall further and still be, you know, the mean of the uptrend would be probably around like 12.6 cents, and that would line up with the old low from August 2018. That might be a better area for an entry. This is the weekly chart. So, but yeah, this could be massive, massive accumulation going on OAX. It could just take a few more months before it actually breaks out again or something, right? I don't think it's deep enough yet. 786 there. Yeah, I think an 886 would be way better. I think it would be nicer and more prudent to wait for 12 cents. That's just my opinion. Daily's showing some very, very real bullish divergence. Yep, on the MACD and RSI. Divergence. OAX could rally, but I'm talking about resolution of an X, an A, a B, and a C, and a D. The bat, the bullish bat, would take you to 12.3 cents-ish. And the inflection point, and the demand line, and then it would just be better. So you're failing to break out for now. 3 different times. Momentum shifted.
NXTD Stock Plaza loving the TA man.
What's up, Dr. Don? Thanks, dude. Yeah, it's been live like an hour and 40 minutes, and oh, nice. I've like kind of caught up. Sweet. Ooh, big yanks here. Maybe there's more data on other charts or something. Maybe there, not really. Maybe it's just newer. I thought it had way more data. Oh, here we go. There we go. KuCoin's gonna have all this data on quant QNT that is not really above any critical level. Remember that harmonic on QNT back in July? Insane. But now it's, I don't think it's deep enough for a massive harmonic like we're seeing across the market. I don't really see anything that sticks out that's incredible right now. Yeah, but even an M shape, X, A, B, C, it'd have way further to fall before it'd be an M shape there. I don't see anything that sticks out is that incredible. It'll probably still rally with everything though. If like say Bitcoin's reversing and Ethereum's reversing, it's not like quant's going to continue to correct. If they moon, everything kind of catches bids with Bitcoin. But I just don't see anything that's really that great for an actionable trade right now on QNT. Next level is 145. You don't hold 145, you'll probably go down to $98 to test that old high. It's okay. It's just, I think there are better opportunities across the markets. Oh, I like this. Very interesting. Wow, dude. Nice request. 13 million volume. Okay. But yeah, certainly at a very... It's up 30% today. God. What do you want from me, man? When something's up 30%, it's like lose-lose. So yeah, this asset lost 100% of its value from March 2020. It's at the COVID crash levels, but now something's happening. Momentum is beginning to shift locally. You made the low, the lowest low, now higher low in rallying. And I think 534 would be the target if this is actually occurring. 534, 650, and after 650, that's when things get nuts. That's when historically you see massive markups, if it's real, because it fakes out right there. It's clearly not a joke level. Look, it's been support before as well. If it was gonna... That's some real inflection there. Yeah. So if it ever broke 650, then it goes to $12 to $14. Right, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. So yeah, I mean, it could be reaccumulating or beginning to accumulate again. There was massive bullish divergence on the RSI. That was crazy. And now you're making a higher low. So yeah, you could be trying to bottom out here for at least a time to go test the top of the range. Okay, on NXTD. Sweet, man. Yep, not too bad. All right, so that was like the last request. And just remember, we're back at Bitcoin here, and you're showing positive momentum today again after the divergence, which means that if the TA is gonna be respected here, I mean, I'm thinking eventual target, just like yesterday, 47.5 to 48K. Eventually, you will get your Turbo Man doll eventually. Yeah, in California, taxing people who install solar, I think it's 50% tax. 50%. That's what I was reading. Unbelievable. Like, psychotic. It's like, at some point, it's just, who votes for these people? You know, who are the constituents that are like, oh, they just did that. Let's just keep revoting for them. Keep revoting for them over, like, doesn't make sense. It's like psychos. Anyway, so there you go. Been a good stream, y'all. An hour 45-minute stream. And thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. There is optimism, at least based on technical analysis on a daily time scale. Optimism, you know, retail sentiment. They don't even know what's going on, dude. Retail, they're out. They don't have a clue that these developments are occurring. No idea. And they will be left behind. Once this start playing out, go 48K, they'll start buying at resistance. Okay, they'll start re-entering, peeking back. Hey, dude, I quit crypto, man. I missed that 42K reversal and all the divergence, the inflection point, all these type 2 returns. I've missed it. Forget it, dude. Should I buy now at 48K when it's exactly where a major reversal downward could occur again if you're going to continue the downtrend? Oh, God. They start buying there. Anyway, supplying liquidity to people that bought in 42K and wrote it up to 47, 48K and are offloading because you don't know until that actually breaks, and then 52K and 53K break. You just don't know. So anyway, thank y'all for coming out. Wonderful stream. And I'll just be back. So until next time, respect the TA.